Fernando music.
Nobody's there. Nobody. Wow. And the problem is one. Oh no, yeah.
What's up, Sean? How's it going?
And I'm sure there's a lot of people, but we haven't catch that.
Sufficient bandwidth.
I know. Let me see.
Really?
Nothing, huh? See, it's like 11 viewers, and normally just like boom. What's up, Michael?
All right, end your music. Buffering, great. And how's everybody doing? South Dakota in the house.
What's up, Rover Bang?
Hey, what did y'all end up doing in the Honda Civic Si Coupe? Guessing that'd be the red one. It was a bunch of sundown stuff.
Was it 911?
No, it was
No.
okay. No, that was a Honda.
Oh, that was a Hyundai. Yeah.
Honda.
It's same.
You gotta
Same
remember.
thing.
Eyes reading, ears listening.
I don't do nothing like that.
Yeah, you gotta
man.
work on that one.
Yeah. South Dakota, what's going on, David?
Robert Van, wait. Dean, I'm wearing the same shirt. Are you?
Really?
How are you wearing the same one? I didn't even put this one up for sale yet. I mean, you could be running Run DMC. This is Run DMF. Dean and Fernando. And on the back it says...
Oh, from Vegas!
Which, I'll put these up. My goal is to get this one and the other DNF tool drawer shirt up this weekend. I'm not going to put it with the tool drawer on the back because that's extra money, and I don't want you guys to have to pay for that because that's extra money. Because it adds to the cost of the shirt.
Dubai.
Which is silly to make you have to pay for an advertisement on the back of the shirt when this is cool on the front. So it's got the cool little logo right there. Where the hell is it? Yeah,
Right
here.
there in the bottom. So I was thinking if you... Nah, never mind. It's going to be...
No, I want it hard to see so you don't even notice it. We made it in white too, but we actually never like printed them. We made it, you know, because Run DMC made this in a black and then in a white. So we flipped them, but Fernando liked the black with the white, so we went that way.
That's the original.
But they're both original. They made them in both. You could get them both ways because
Yeah.
it was white and black with white stripes. The kinds I like to wear when I rock them. Like, oh, bam. Yeah.
You're a tool drawer.
I have one.
Kicker video shirt giveaway. Okay. Yo.
I mean, when we go to Kicker, I gotta buy shirts. I mean, they don't give them to me for
really?
free. Yeah, you gotta always get. Yeah, I gotta buy stuff. Maybe I'll buy a hat. I like buying hats.
You like hats?
I have a hat. I mean, that's my favorite hat.
Kicker?
Is my Kicker hat. I wear that all the time. Maybe I'll buy another one when I go there and we'll do a giveaway. I'll see what I can do. I'll talk to Lori, see if I can get some swag to give away.
Do you guys fight a lot? I'm gonna say no, not a lot.
Paul usually gets the brunt of that debate.
Yeah,
it's not really.
Yeah, I mean, we
fight.
No. But like, yeah, of course, you know, I mean, who doesn't? You know, we work 7 days, like 6 days a week. We spend more time together. Of course, we're gonna fight for some. Like,
but it's not really a fight like you guys think of a fight because it's more of a.
I don't agree, and he said, "Do it right, so you don't have to do it twice." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." And then in the end, he's right. At the end of the day, he's right. So I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Usually, it just comes, or it comes down to miscommunication.
Correct.
I'll say something, Johnny, loud and clear.
What's up, Johnny? Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Wiley, Texas. I'll say something and it'll get lost in translation to where, you know, he's thinking something totally different than what I'm actually saying.
Yeah.
And it'll go down a rabbit hole too far, and then I'll be like, why did you do it that way? And he'll be like, because, and then it'll just be like, no.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, with as much time as we spend together, we're pretty laid back with one another. I mean, you know, most days don't, like, because we film, we don't really have the radio on much. So it's most days it's just pick a topic and we talk about that topic all day long, which is kind of amusing that we can still find topics to talk about after 6 years of doing it. And like
every day.
Today's topic was last night I went out to eat with friends that we both know, and I ordered my chicken salad, and it came last time I ordered it from this restaurant.
And that was good.
It was iceberg lettuce with chicken, which is what I like. This time it came with garden greens or some, I don't know, all that crappy stuff that isn't lettuce. It's everything but lettuce and chicken on top. And I was like, I hate that stuff because it tastes like yard clippings. And apparently I've eaten grass, so I know what yard clippings taste like. But so I just ate the chicken off of it, and here, this is gross. So that was a topic of conversation for a good portion of the day.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Quick question: Tweeter polarity on the Focal FX is red stripe live. Do you remember?
FX red stripe is positive, correct?
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I do a radio install video on an F1 what?
Hey, Bismarck,
2015
right
Ford Focus.
Real quick, thank you so much for
thank you.
For the lunch gift card, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now we just gotta get to lunch. I told you to go there today.
Yeah.
Today would have been a good day too.
That was good, but like
no. So today,
gun.
Hey, IT Tech.
IT Techs.
So today would have been a good day. So yesterday you were off. So Paul.
Oh, wow. Yesterday was a good day. Today is bad because I'm here.
No. What I was gonna say is yesterday was a good day in that Paul didn't bother me all day.
Because he knew that you're like working on. Yeah.
Die.
Stop.
So I didn't get bothered at all yesterday. You come back today, and it was like, boom, right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'm gone for an hour.
Oh,
then you're gone for a half hour.
Yes.
Then I'm gone for an hour.
Yes.
Then you're gone for an hour. And it was like, how are we getting anything done?
Yeah, I mean, you talk with the customer for like an hour and something.
Oh, yeah. It's like...
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
So it's like,
hey,
then we sit there and go, I thought we were going to go get lunch.
Exactly, yeah. Hey, but
it's literally walking distance.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Love the 911 videos. Okay, cool. What is DnF? Can you read it? Does it say it?
Yeah,
is it
right there. No, it's fine.
So DnF, I would be Dean, he would be Fernando.
So it's
Dean
and Fernando. Boom.
Hashtag DeanNando. DnF Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools that we use to do our installation. So many years ago, we decided that we got tired of people asking us, hey man, where do you get the cool plastic pry bar that you guys use in all your videos? So we put together DnF Tool Drawer for Dean and Fernando's Tool Drawer, so you can go there and then we have it broken into categories, and there's links to all the tools that we use, so that, and it's okay, I got like a hair on my nose. No. So that you can easily go and find them and get the cool tools that we use. And speaking of tools, so we put up the video about how to gain match the amplifier. And we used the two DD1s. The DD1s weren't the purpose of the video. The DD1s were just to show you how close the gains are, but they're still slightly different. So when we set them up, so anyways, one guy goes, how can you expect us to have one DD1, let alone two for the video? And it was like, apparently I didn't do a good enough job explaining the purpose of the video. It wasn't to show the DD1s in actions, it was to show that even this high quality amplifier, there is still a minutia difference, and that on a cheaper quality amplifier there's going to be a bigger difference even if you set to what would be distortion. So I guess I didn't do a good enough job explaining it. We use the tools to show visuals. I don't expect everyone to have two DD1s or one DD1. I mean, you should have, if you're in a car audio, oscilloscope would be nice.
Yeah.
Like a Lumi. DnF Tool Drawer.
Yeah, you can find it. Yeah.
But yeah, Fernando would come at Dean like a spider monkey.
Okay. Hey, why not, man? You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm old and slow, so whatever works. Yeah.
I said gains by the ear, old school. Where is the best?
Yeah, whatever works. You could hear that. You can hear when a gain goes stop, but most people can't. So that's why there's a tool. What did it say about the CC1?
Hang on.
Talk about the shirt, Run DNF. So this is going to be the latest shirt. It'll be up on Teespring/store/5star Sunday. I'll have it up there. We made these shirts for when we went to Dallas. So we had the Run DNF shirt for Run, Dean, and Fernando, which is the tool drawer again. And then we made another one that was like a 70s retro fade shirt that just looked really cool. We just wanted to step outside of the standard 5-star shirts that we always have, like he's wearing, and just kind of expand the brand a little bit. Most people, like, we're going to come out in the future with a hashtag DNando.
DNando.
Because a lot of guys
people like that.
do the hashtag DNando thing, so we want to make them available to you.
Yeah.
And the shirts, I mean, the shirts we make $2 off of. I don't make any profit off of the shirt.
Yeah.
It's literally, we want you guys to have the shirts. Teespring does it, and we can pick how much profit we can make, and we make $2. And the only reason I make $2 is
thank you, Robert.
I don't want to totally destroy the market on T-shirts.
The CC1 that was.
I don't think your internet hates me. My internet hates me.
CC1 competition mode. That's what they say.
Okay. What do you guys think about Sony high-res audio player RSG9? If you were buying this player, can I get it better sounding with external DSP? Fernando?
I'm sorry, I was reading. My bad.
GS9?
GS9, yes, you want it?
So the question is the GS9 worth the money? Is it the best?
Every penny.
Is it the best? So do you want a GS9? If you could afford a GS9, would you buy a GS9? The answer to that question is...
Yes, buy it.
Yes, buy a GS9. The second part of the question is, should I have a DSP connected to it? Yes, you should.
Yeah.
Now it has Toshlink output, so you can get a better DSP that has a Toshlink input. So
Jason?
If you want, now on the front of this, there's 2 USBs. There's a micro USB, and there's a full size. Is it just a micro USB?
It's a 2 USBs.
Oh no, it's a micro USB on the front, and it's a micro USB on the front and a full size on the back. You want to use the micro USB on the front.
Let's open it so you guys can see it.
So this guy,
right there.
This one, this little guy right here, that
like
is
this.
the USB you want to use. That's the one that feeds the Dragon.
Wow.
Really?
You know, this is the first time
Hey,
we're doing
it's
this.
Ada.
Oh.
Let's have some fun, shall we? If it'll answer.
Yes,
hey,
guys.
man, what's going on?
Sure. Thank you, guys.
You're about to do the show. I didn't even think about it. I was calling you back.
That's okay. We're actually on the show. So
say hi.
Typical Ada fashion, you drop the F-bomb.
My bad.
That's okay. I'll call you back after the show.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
There you go.
That's why I'm taking that Tuesday off.
DNando is cool. Yes.
DNando. So anyways, as I was saying, the small USB on the front, that is the one that takes you to the Dragon DAX or whatever they're called, where you get the maximum potential out of it. It's not the regular USB, so don't jam a thumb drive in there.
No. If you're going to use
go
it
to the little,
front.
Yeah, go to that.
Yeah.
I did order one of those. I did order one of the hard drives.
Hard drives.
So,
awesome.
And I got the cable, so we can test that out next week to see how that works.
At some point, that ready is gonna go into my car. At some point.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
Hopefully next year.
No, it'll be there. No, because we got a calendar. So, I mean, granted, this week was a total failure.
But
total failure. This week was a total failure. We had our goal this week is, now that we're back from Knowledge Fest, is to just get through all the crap we need to get through.
We already have a list.
Total failure. This week was total bust. Everything we did this week, right in the trash can.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Yep. What's the best 100, 150 RMS car speakers? Can you approve Ground Zero speakers and amp? Oh, Ground Zero is nice stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you what. Ground Zero, like, big thumbs up. Those guys have some incredible stuff. Holy gosh.
Yeah,
like,
it's expensive stuff.
Dude, they make... So, Ground Zero is also distributed here in the United States by the same people that do... the Brazilian stuff. Anyways, so when we always talk to them at Knowledge Fest, love those guys. These guys are incredible.
Mauricio from Sound Digital.
Sound Digital. So Sound Digital is the importer for them. They're made in Germany.
Ground Zero.
Ground Zero is made in Germany, brought here in the U.S. via Sound Digital. A lot of companies do that, and you know they had You know, it's like, what, $5,000? Sound digital amplifier on display. And I was like,
Beautiful.
hey, man,
Yeah.
what do we got to do to review one of those?
Exactly, Johnny. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
You gotta buy it.
Yeah. I was like, just give me a really good deal.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts between JL Audio subs versus Alpine in general? So, you know, Alpine and JL, those are two really high branded names, meaning that you could walk in almost any room and say Alpine and say JL. I think the only other brand would be Kicker, mainly just because all those commercials back in the day for the Kicker type enclosures that used to be on the radio all the time. They're two totally different schools of thought. One is a Japanese-based company, one is an American-based company. One was brought up on subwoofers and has since spread out to everything else.
We're live, Sammy.
And done a really good job. Yes, this is live. Sammy.
You are live.
You're live. We see you, Sammy. We see you so well. Anyways, and then Alpine is brought up as a head unit company that has kind of spawned into everything else. So they came from two different schools of car audio and have kind of circled around each other. And because of that, they have two different ideas as far as how audio should be done. Neither one of them is bad, but I feel like if I was after woofers, I would probably want a JL woofer over an Alpine woofer. Not that the Alpine woofers are bad. The R-type woofer has been a super successful woofer, so much so that they refuse to change the name that has been around for 15, 16 years. And I'm like, could we get a refresh on that? And they're like, nope. I'm like, because I feel it needs to have a new name. But JL is just the same. They have the W whatever. So, I mean, I guess if you pick something, you run with it. And that's probably why Alpine hasn't changed it, because they look at a company like JL and they say, they keep the W, we're going to keep the R.
Yeah, of course.
So, and then they'll just change it from series to type. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they're both
fingers.
Good. What's your thoughts on Android headhunters? I'm guessing those are head units. My thoughts are not well. It's a hit or miss. At the end of the day, it's a hit or miss. It's 100% hit or miss. You can't just come in and say, hey, is there an awesome Android head unit yet? No. Not really, and that's not to say there can't be, because if you want to talk about Android head units, believe it or not, Pioneer is built on an Android
platform.
kernel. A lot of manufacturers are, but Kenwood isn't. But
what's up, Bobby?
You know, there again, it's Adavision, JL Rocks. Yeah.
Wow, man. Disney, California. Nice.
Oh, he's always there. He's there more than I am. I mean,
exactly.
Geez, he's really getting his money.
Do you live in there, man?
You know, I'll be there for the weekend, the holiday weekend, but
6 shirts.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about Tesla's
radios?
Tesla subwoofers?
Oh, Tesla's.
I haven't seen those.
No.
Digital optic, best way to combine head unit and amp for highest quality audio. Yeah.
Yes.
Even the DNN from Kenwood. The DNN is nice.
Yeah.
But those run off of the Penguin.
What's up, Anthony?
Linux. All the Kenwood stuff runs on a kernel of Linux.
Yeah, and like we say about the Android radios, you know, if you actually looking for features,
yeah, you get everything.
You
except
get
sound
everything
quality.
except
Probably
sound
should start
quality.
a vlog from Disney for sure. Anyways, so the question is, so if you're one of the things that set Audison apart from everyone was the full DA capability, meaning you could have your source unit go into a bit, out of a bit, full digital audio from the bit, all the way daisy chained into the amplifier, and then the amplifier's last leg of it, and then you get your analog out to the speakers. So the idea was whatever is coming in is going to be whatever is coming out, and nothing between there is going to interfere with it. So, okay. No, the old DNN 990.
990.
Oh, that was terrible. You want one? I got one. We still got them. Brand new in the box. If you want them, I'll give you a killer deal on them. Give you a killer deal, bro. I'm not joking. That was a nightmare. Android is junk. That's Android. Yeah, that's at it. Okay. I'm not going to argue the point, but I mean, I don't want to waste my time. Anyway, so full DA. A lot of... nope. So a lot of people like the new Stinger Elevate. One of the things that has really gotten people excited about that radio is that it has the Toshlink, the variable Toshlink output. So when you adjust the volume, you know, you can Toshlink into an amplifier and you're golden. Where that becomes nice is if you're dealing with radio interfaces where the chimes and all that stuff are all piped through a separate speaker, so you don't have to worry about it. Where it becomes difficult in a factory application is Toslink is 2-channel audio only. So, for example, if you get like one of these adapters that goes behind the radio, like an Amp Pro, and you get your Toslink output, and you have backup sensors, and you have lane departure warnings, and you have things that are happening in quadraphonic sound.
Quadraphonic.
That's an old word. That's way before your time.
Yeah, and I know. I was like quadraphonic.
Quadraphonic was 4. So it was
I remember
2. Yeah, we had that. That was another day we had a long conversation about quadraphonic.
There you go, man.
So we're going to use the term quadraphonic. So if you got beep, 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 beep going on, you're not going to get that out of Toslink. Your backup sensors are going to come on your here, and it's just going to be left and it's going to be right. So that's where it gets kind of, you have to decide what's more important to you, streaming, 192 24-bit, or is backup sensors coming out of the rear speaker. There we go. Long explanation.
I'm using the downlink. Oh my god. Sorry guys. No,
Toslink limited bandwidth. So is the processor too. So it just depends on what the processor.
I'm using the downlink on my Scientist C1.
Every 10 minutes I start my car on the idea it doesn't connect to my car.
Any ideas?
So, a couple ideas with the iData. First things first, if you didn't flash your unit yourself, then take it back to whoever did and make sure that the flash is the most current flash on the product. Now, you can always go onto the website, go into demo or download the link, web link updater, and just see when the last update was. And if it was recent, then obviously it needs an update. The other thing too is that they have great tech support. And I've said this time and time again, they are one of the best people in tech support.
Oh yeah.
So give them a call. Give them a call. Don't guess. Call them. Just call them. They have people on staff. They have iData has like more engineers to design stuff than any 4 companies in car audio. So like it's insane what they can do.
What's up, Paul?
That's why they're so good at it, but that's also why they're so slow at it.
Yeah.
But everything comes out pretty amazing.
Full call.
Might be limited, but won't have noise. It definitely won't have noise because
exactly.
it's digital. So that's now speaking of noise. That's one of the problems that we get with here in the States that we have with HD radio.
Yes.
So HD radio is either on or it's off. There's no
in between.
Okay, there's no static. So what you'll run into is people will come in and say, my tuner doesn't work. And be like, have you changed the channel? No, my station doesn't play, therefore my tuner doesn't work. And it's like, no, you're listening to it on HD, the reception stinks, therefore it turns it off. Oh, so you have to take it out of HD and then you can hear it. Oh, okay, that's cool. But that's the caveat with digital. It's on, it's off. There's no gray area in the middle. Ever sent a head unit in for repair? How long did it take? Mine needs a new motherboard. It depends. So if where you're sending it, obviously transit time from here to, let's say if we had to send something back to California, that's 3.5, 4 days. And then usually they like 3.5, 4 days to repair it. So 2 weeks is the typical turnaround. 2 to 2.5 weeks is the typical turnaround.
Yeah. William, the Pioneer GM amplifiers are good. Yeah.
Ooh, Pack Amp Pro on a 2019 versus the Access. Pack Amp Pro.
Correct.
Pack Amp Pro.
And then you choose whatever you...
And then you get whatever DSP you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Adel argument on this point. We argue about it all the time. I like the Amp Pro. Now, I understand the Access piece is different. They have a better version of it now.
They totally make a new one.
But the piece I used, I didn't really like.
And right now it's different, so we're gonna try the other ones just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But all right, so
how
Denver.
amazing when Andy's Benz at K-Fest. Best you've ever heard. So this is like the second time we've had the ability to hear Andy's car, and have still not heard it. Because have you heard it?
I heard it.
You did hear it.
I heard it.
What did you think?
Yeah, that was nice.
Did you like it?
Dude, it's like 12 channels.
Yeah.
And it's
sound
amazing.
from everywhere?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's awesome.
I never got a chance to hear it. What we typically do at Knowledge Fest after the cameras stop rolling, which we're changing, is we go in different directions. So I send him out to deal with half of the room, and I take the other half of the room. And in this
We
Knowledge
try.
Fest,
We try.
he ended up hanging out with Steve Mead, thus becoming best buddies.
Yeah.
Apparently, he wants to, drop me and go hang
Peace
out
out,
with
man.
Steve. So,
Yeah. No, but actually,
don't throw me under the bus.
he
Boom, boom.
he's like, okay, he told you, okay, get in the driver's side, and
Right.
then after that, get in the passenger side. Even get in the back of the car.
Yeah, because he's got the
dude.
big up mixer.
Yes.
So he has center all the time.
It's a prototype 12 channels that
Ada has one. Because he made, 3, I think, of the DSPs, and Ada got one somehow. 'Cause
Nice.
apparently
Look at that.
Ada and Andy are
Audio
like
frog,
homies.
people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Okay. Denver actually typed this question probably like 5 times. Focal or hertz for mids and highs? You get it?
A little jealous, are we, Dean? No. Trust me, I know jealous. Made has a job right for you. Oh, no doubt. What's wrong with Fernando's car yesterday?
No, that was not my car.
It was his wife's car.
My wife's car.
Transmission.
Yay.
You recommend some other
Okay, so for me, I like Focal.
Yes.
I love Focal. It's just like my number one speaker. Hertz make awesome speakers also. It's like they have the Mili Pros and the Mili Legend.
You're welcome on the actor.
And
TLX, that was the one we just did. Right?
CentOS, and I mean, it depends on what you like. If you have the opportunity to go to a store and hear both of them, so you can actually.
We carry 3 lines. We carry Morel.
We carry so many.
Okay, we carry 3 high-end speaker lines that we actively sell: Morel, Hertz, and Focal. I like to explain it like this.
Addison.
But we don't really do much. We just do Prima.
But,
so on the far side is Focal, which is going to be your in-your-face, amazing sounding, bright tweeter, boom. And the other side of that is going to be your Morel. Extremely accurate, little less in-your-face, a little more musical, my speed. Okay.
You look like you.
I'm trying to keep my hands in the frame.
No, it looks like. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing what you did in the video where you keep pushing me out of the frame, Anyways, and then right in the middle between those two is the Hertz, because the Hertz still uses a cloth tweeter, but it's an extremely loud cloth tweeter, unlike the Focal, which will sometimes uses. Well, the K2 is some form of a material, I don't know what, but it's extremely rigid that. So they still use a dome tweeter, but they've made their dome tweeters sound very lifelike.
Thank you,
very
Ernesto.
Loud and so. I guess the easiest way to say is it gives you kind of like that sound that's not too bright, but not too quiet.
Yeah.
It's kind of right in the middle. So
yes.
a lot of guys, a lot of rock,
awesome.
a lot of rock guys like it. Like we've done, basically every guy that we do that comes in and says, "I listen to rock music." I go, "You need Hertz," and they go, "Yes." Just a hard tweeter.
Just a hard tweeter.
Focal, very hard tweeter. Focal, okay.
Millennium
Yep,
Morel,
okay.
Gen X.
What alternator do we use? Recommend for what MechMan? MechMan makes the alternators that everyone loves so much.
Okay.
Hey guys, I installed a radio with 2014 Jetta, but I'm getting really loud static sounding coming from all 4 doors. When I turn off disconnect from the front right channel, they all sound fine. Does it have the factory amplified system in it? That could be the problem. Turn it off, disconnect that front right channel. They all sound good. Are you there again? Is it the factory
Jetta.
amplifier?
Probably has the beats.
Is it one of the premium sound systems?
Right.
Could it be a bad RCA going into that adapter plug? Is it not? You're just going regular speaker. You could be having a go ahead. You could be having an issue with a grounded speaker, exactly, where the basket itself is grounding the speaker. So there's a couple different ways a door speaker can short out. One of them is the basket itself is grounded. The speaker still plays 100%, holding your hand, works great, doesn't short. As soon as you screw it into the door, short. You can test that with obviously a meter, resistance, continuity, and beep, all that fun stuff. Dude, that power bass. Can you see the power bass? Dude, power bass is good stuff. Don't knock the power bass. I'm using the VW11 and doesn't have the amp. Okay, then you got a grounded speaker somewhere. That is definitely on there. I would get a digital multimeter and test continuity between the speaker and your wires and figure out what's going on. Because if you just have one speaker that's causing you issue, it's that speaker. There's something wrong with that speaker. If it's still the factory speaker, time for a new one. If it's an aftermarket speaker, pull it out, check your wiring, check your speaker, see if you're getting resistance with it screwed into the car. It's a plastic door in that one, I believe. No, it might be metal. I don't know. Yay. Okay. What DSP do you recommend? I'm thinking you're trying to say Audison or... So, big update for Audison. The 8 Audison Bit HD just came out last week, or the week before last. They came out with the software. Maybe, I don't remember. When did they come out with the HD software? A couple weeks ago?
Yes.
It had to be a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And what made that really, finally made me go, oh, was because one of the things about Audison is,
Audison.
the Forza software is really fun to use. It's really fun. It's fairly easy. We did a whole video on it where you can check it out on a Saturday show. And I liked the software. There was a few things that I said that kind of were like, eh. And then the HD software comes out, and when we were down in the lobby talking about it with Lance, right? Lance?
Yeah.
And he goes, dude, strangest thing that HD software come out. He goes, I just watched your show on the Forza, and it was like I'd seen the beta version of the software, and it didn't look anything like that. And they changed stuff around. He goes, I'm not saying you had anything to do with it. And I was like, I'm sure I didn't. But he goes, it was just kind of weird.
Yeah. All right. So this one is, he says, when I'm hooking up the DSP, do I set the crossover on a full pass?
No. Why would you set it to full pass? I mean, it's a crossover. You want to set it towards whatever you're trying to cross over. So when you have a DSP, you really want to use your DSP for crossover, not your amplifier, not your head unit. Let the DSP do the work. The DSP has the better processor in it, has the better crossover, has way more computing power to make your stuff sound better than the amplifier or the radio. So set those to all pass as it was, to where the signal passes through all of them, not to be confused with an all pass filter, but just let them do nothing and let the DSP do everything. And at that point, set it up for whatever it is you're trying to do. Don't use the amplifier or the radio. That's silly. The DSP should have way more. Yes, in the Odyssey Sony RS, how much do you... We never sell the Sony.
No.
I can tell you that right now.
No.
It's an okay. I mean, everyone I've talked to is just like, it's...
And Ada loves Sony.
Yeah, but he even said, meh.
No,
So,
but I mean, it's...
I wish Rockford would update the software for the... Never gonna happen. The 360
I think it's in the past.
is...
Gone.
So you're never gonna... I know never to say never, but not even on the radar. The DSR-1 is the platform they're going with. And I can totally agree with that. They just need to do a few tweaks to that, and once that's all taken care of, I think they're going to just be like, yeah, whatever. I mean, the thing you got to remember about Rockford is, which we were talking to them about, right now, they have some really awesome products that I personally like. I love the Mini Ts. I love the shallow mount T-Series woofer. I love the DSR-1. And I mean, we do a lot. P3 woofer is still one of my favorites. And we do a lot with the T2 series components. But Rockford hasn't introduced any new 12-volt products
I got my
in the
A
car
right there.
audio in a long time. They've come out with motorcycle stuff. They just have that brand new Harley radio that's pretty... It's badass. They have all the Harley speakers. They have all their new ATV, all-terrain vehicle stuff. So their focus is there right now, which is kind of annoying. So we'll have to see how that goes. Anthony from Ant-Man Knows Audio is in the house.
Right here.
What's up, buddy? When are you going to do a tour around the shop? As soon as we get everything put where it needs to go.
Yeah.
You should do a tour. Have you done a tour? If you have, I don't remember seeing it, but yeah, you should. Because I was like,
I mean, we did a tour.
we did a tour a while ago. We'll do an
While ago.
updated tour once we get things kind of put away. I mean, for the most part, you have this corner over here.
And you got this corner over
You
here.
got that corner over there,
Yes.
and that's it.
I mean, it's not that big.
Ant-Man, or Anthony, when
Yes.
he did it, I was like, all of a sudden we're in a CNC room. I'm like, what the heck
Where
is
did
that?
one come from?
Where did they hide that room? You know, and it's like
They have a
and
tunnel.
then I saw like lawnmowers through like part of a. And I'm like, do they do small engine repair? I mean, what the heck's going on here? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll put a stereo on your Lamborghini and fix your lawnmower.
There you
I mean,
go.
it's a great business model if it works. But
What's
yeah,
up, Wayne?
we need a tour of your place. Any of these fellows from Alberta, Canada. Is there any chance you guys could review some of the Android? No. I'm just gonna. Okay. The only way we'd review anything Android is if they sent it to us and it would pass our pre-inspection. So there's a lot of things that like we take a look at that we just don't review because I can't.
No,
I can't
it's
shine a turd. So if somebody sends us something and we take it apart and we look at it and we can't get it to function the way it is, the way
Why?
it's supposed to, then it just goes back. We don't deal with it. We don't say anything bad about it. We just move on to the next one. So, you know, an Android manufacturer would have to send us the radio. We would have to put it through its paces, make sure it did everything it does. Because once we say it's good, if it sucks, then that comes back on us.
Correct.
Netherlands in the house.
What's up?
Where to mount the sub on a convertible? I think behind the rear seat and a Saab 9.3. Dude, let me tell you what. If you're working on a Saab, my heart goes out to you. Because there's two cars I hate working on and just go, nah, I'm good. I'll pay you to leave. One is a Saab and the other one is a Volvo. So you're doing God's work, my friend. God's work.
There you go.
Hi, what do you think about the Helix
Helix.
DSP? Is it worth it? Is it worth the price? So, I've been trying to get my hands on one of those.
I don't know how much is the price.
I don't
but-
either. It's probably $1,000 like any
There
all
you
those
go.
DSPs. I mean, it seems to be the going rate. It's like $250, $500, or $1,000. That's like the three prices of a DSP.
And everybody talk about good thing about Helix, so
Everyone's
we
saying
have to-
amazing things.
we have to
Jaguar.
get- yeah.
Had you chase. Okay, Jaguar's on the list too. I'm not gonna lie, because you know it's just those two cars come to
Yeah.
mind when I think of like I'm taking the day off. So the plan was to talk to Jason Digos of Mobile
Yes.
Solutions Calgary, or MSC,
MSC.
who is the distributor for them here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
We got there. He was in line behind us to check in. I said, "Hey, Jason." He goes, "Hey, Dean." I said, "Dude, I need to talk to you later." And he goes, "I'll be around." And then we were around each other the whole time.
Yeah.
Meaning he was off, and I was over there, and we just kept doing this the whole time, so we never got to get together. But who we did get together with is the guys at SQology.
Yeah.
And
Hang on. Uno,
yes.
me, if you can type your question again, you know, it's so. I'm sorry, so many questions, man. I can't even read
it's
it. So
hard.
if you can type it again, that would be cool.
Yeah. Keep typing the question. Don't type "Why didn't you answer the question?"
Yeah,
then
exactly.
we don't know.
Just
where it's
get
at.
my question. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
So what is today? Today.
There you
is-
go. I gotta
so-
say, Helix is awesome. Worth
Yeah,
every penny.
It is
Why
totally
not?
worth it.
Would Sony
Um,
make a double DIN GS9? I don't think so.
Bloomington, Illinois.
Bloomington, yeah.
If you live in Bloomington, Illinois, there is a car show. You can head over to SQology on Facebook and check out where that is going to be. It's an I Ask a Mecca event. September 8th, 7th, and 8th. SQology season finals at Mobile Soundstage Engineering. And that is... Oh, jeez. I'm doing this terrible. Where is... So, we're...
Okay.
One of the things that... I'll have this figured out by Monday, but I just wanted to get the one out. If you're in the
For this weekend?
Bloomington, Illinois area, there is a car show. Fine, okay, but yeah, Amboy Depot Days.
Today is the day.
Today's the day.
Yeah, today's the 24th.
Well, yeah, but they have like 24th through the 7th, so I don't know what the heck is going on there. But anyways, if you head over to SQology on Facebook, that's where you can find all your cool shows. And the point of this was we talked to Clifton, and Clifton takes care of Hybrid and Zabco.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what we got coming? A Zabco DSP. Really excited to get our hands on one
X-Men.
of those. But one of the things we're going to start doing on the Monday show is talking about the SQology sound events. I've been to a couple of them now here in Florida. I've been to 3 of them, 2 of them of which we did videos at. The last one I didn't because it was just me. You were doing something else. I just went and hung out because Jeff was judging. We saw about 10, 12 a month, whatever that is. So we're going to start giving out the information as far as dates for shows and stuff like that to kind of promote the SQology guys and also to promote car audio contests because they're fun. Right now it's hot, which sucks, but it's not hot everywhere. So
No, it is really hot.
the idea is we'll have a segment on the Facebook show where we can talk about upcoming sound offs, and they might be in your area, and you might want to head out to them. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. This is his question. I never asked why you guys didn't answer, but
I wasn't picking on you on that.
No.
I was just a lot of people will
no,
type that, and it's
yeah,
like, sorry. Are there other pro audio guys in here? So figured maybe they might have the answer. What was the question?
Thanks to the pussy. I still don't get your question, buddy. So if you can type your question.
Okay.
Oh, right,
okay.
got it. I got it.
I'm a Sony DSR-1 in a T1005 AD.
Which one will be the first? The clean gains on the amp or the DSR-1 with the pink noise? Not sure if you guys answered this before. Okay, so I'm installing the DSR-1 T1005.
Right.
Which one will be first?
Here's a funny thing you should mention that. Tony D'Amore has a YouTube channel. Tony D. Okay? Tony D'Amore has, and he just posted 8 questions that people ask about a DD1. Now, DD1 and a clean, very similar. Anyways, so what you're doing is you'd set the DD1 first, the clean would be last. Okay? Because you're going to set your gain, you're going to figure out where your radio clips. So you're going to set gains to 0 on both. Okay? So volume on the DSR-1 is going to be 0. The volume on the amp gain on the amp is going to be at 0. You're going to put your test track in for 0 dB at 1040 hertz. You're going to turn your volume up. On the amplifier, the little signal light should come on. Okay? Yeah. That's going to tell you where radio is distorting at. All right? So now you're going to go in and you're going to start adjusting your gains on your DSR-1. And the last gain you're going to set is at the amplifier. You're going to set your gains before you do your EQ. And a lot of people, I've seen some really weird comments on this. You don't reset the gains after EQ. Okay? So a lot of the times what happens is you'll go in and you're going to pull those frequencies down. So, right, so gain up to EQ down. All right? Let's say in your car you had a bump at 1000 hertz, which happens quite a bit. 1000 hertz just goes up through the roof, and you gain that down. All right, and then you go back in, and you've already gain matched everything at the beginning, so you have everything right, and now you're EQing it. You gain down that frequency, and then you're like, oh well, they say to redo it after you're done. Well, if all the other frequencies around it stayed up, but 1000 hertz went down, and you're playing a 1000 hertz test track, okay, well guess what's going to happen? Your amp is just going to be like, well, there's nothing there. You're going to turn your gain up, turn your gain up, turn your gain up, and then you're going to be like, I got to gain up all the way because, no, that's not how it works. So, that's why they say make sure your EQ's flat, time alignment's off, all that fun stuff, because after the fact, you're going to bring up the whole system level, and that's where you're going to get your gain from.
There you go.
So, amplifier last.
Amplifier last.
What's a clean? Their tool, I don't know about. Clean is the built-in DD1 that's built into the amplifier.
The Rockford.
Tony D used to work for Rockford. So they have that DD1 technology built into their amps, oddly enough. It comes with the same disc. Hey, yeah. Right on the back. You have, and it could be a little different. I'm not sure. I don't have confirmation. It's one of those scary topics that when you talk to Rockford, they just kind of go, huh, and I've never asked Tony, but very similar technology. Probably totally different. I don't know. It's very similar. We'll call it similar and leave it at that. Who knows? They're probably looking for 2 different things. I'm not going to claim like I know what the heck's going on. It's just odd how they're both very similar. Comes with a disc. You put it in. You play your test tracks. Light comes on. Light goes off. Yay.
All right. Can I install an aftermarket radio on a 2012 Honda Pilot? Ah,
Yeah.
if they make the gasket, yes.
They do. They make a
do?
single DIN for
Okay.
it. Check out either like a Halo product or the Elevate.
Elevate, Stinger,
Because
Elevate.
you want something single DIN with a big screen. Now, if it has the factory navigation, no, that's not going to work. But if it doesn't, but it says clipping.
It's just clipping.
It's just everything's clipping.
Recommendation
You're
and
clipping. I'm
test.
clipping. He's clipping. We're the clippers.
You clip. Okay. Clippers. Hi
still
guys.
101 degrees. Dang, man.
Okay.
Can't afford JL Audio. I love that screen name.
Which one?
I can't afford JL Audio.
Can't afford.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Uh,
Hi guys. Ever since I installed my Addison Bit 10, where is it? Oh, I
gone.
lost it. Hang on. I'm trying to. Really. I really try. Where is it? Right here.
I'm getting
I'm
a
getting
pop
a
when I
pop.
turn off my truck. I heard.
To install a 500, 1000 microfarad cab inline on the remote. Where in the system should I?
Honestly, what I get is a TR7 Pro, and you can do a Versatimer on it. And basically, what you want to do is you want to set it for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, and you want to have once the remote turn on shuts off, it waits 10 seconds and it shuts off the other amplifier. That'll stop that from happening. The other thing too you can run into is like sometimes we're doing DSP and we're doing like an amp pro or just weird things is like we'll hook up the DSP to the ignition and we'll hook up the other product to a remote turn on so that this turns on before that turns on basically. And I think you might be able to look in your Bit 10 software because you might actually be able to program in a delay off feature. So check in the settings portion of the Bit 10. There might be a delay setting because I know in the Bit 1 there is. You can actually go in and program a delay for it to turn off. That's essentially what you need. You need to add in some form of a delay.
All right. What's up, guys? We'll do T112s with the T1500.
What's up,
Overpowered.
Go ahead.
2 sets of the 2 components. Two T112s.
I mean, it just really depends.
I just kind of throw me off on the T2 components.
Well, no, what he's asking is, will those 12s be, with that 1500 and those 12s be louder than the T2 components he has in his car? I mean, is it going to overpower them?
Okay.
There again, it just depends. I mean, bass is funny. You have a volume knob. So, you know, when you put 1500 watts on something, you're going to need some more power on your mids and highs. So if you got like a 604 on your highs, probably not. But if you got like a 404 on there, it might do that.
404.
You know, like the car we did the other day, the guy wanted the giant woofer in the trunk with all the power in the world. What was that, the Acura? Yeah,
Yes.
the Acura. I mean, what did we put in that? It was a giant woofer. All I know is just funny because he was sitting there going, why do my highs sound so quiet? I'm like, they're exactly the same
Those two
levels they
JLs.
were when you came in here. Oh yeah, the 2 JLs.
He
that's right.
actually liked it.
Yeah. We did a
whatever.
BD1000
Yeah.
on his 2 JL W6s.
6s. Yeah.
And he was like, why are my highs so quiet? I'm like, no, we didn't touch them. They're the exact same volume that they were when you rolled in here. You just now have 1,000 watts of sub behind you banging the crap out of your head.
And that's a lot.
So,
That's a lot.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Thanks,
would I need a
Mike.
load generator for a 2018 Chrysler install? No, what you need is an Amp Pro. You just need an Amp Pro. We just did a video on the new Amp Pro Chrysler version 2. It's designed to, and actually you can do it with AR now too.
Yeah.
So you can if you want to have a lot of fun.
so you can
You
go
can buy
to
this harness right here and a DSR1, plug it right in, and you're good to go. And that's it. You don't need anything because this will tell the factory radio that it's the amplified radio, and so will the Amp Pro. They'll both tell that factory radio that, hey, I'm the amplified version of the radio because big secret, this radio in the dash doesn't know what it is. It doesn't care. There's no difference between this radio with a premium sound system and this radio without a premium sound system. They've figured that out for us. So all we have to do is plug something in and tell it, hey, there's an amplifier here, do this. And then when it does that, it gives you a full bandwidth output, 20 to 20, no variable voltage. You don't need crap. You just, yay. So you don't need loads, or you don't have to DEQ, DSP. You just like do what you want. The nice thing about the Amp Pro is that if you're just doing subwoofers, too bad. You got to get all amplifiers.
Yeah, if you actually looking for the Amp Pro, it's packaudio.com.
Pack-audio.
Pack-Ash, yeah. Or idata.com.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Love your install videos
Jeff
and insight.
Smith. Shout out to Jeff Smith. Yes. Love
Where
your
is
install
Jeff?
videos.
I don't even know where Jeff is right now. He was here all week. Did he
was
come
here?
by this week?
No,
No, I saw him Saturday. That's right. I saw him at the thing.
What's up, guys? What's
yeah, he was
up,
in the office,
Kevin?
so he was miserable. I like the bass, but mids and highs. Accurate, dude.
Yeah. Question: Focal components or JL components?
Focal. Come on, that's not even a fair comparison. I mean, that goes to that Focal conversation, or that JL conversation we had earlier. Yeah, come on, man. Focal makes mids and highs, man. It's what they do.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. The C7s would never compete with Focal. Not a chance. And
Where can I get those racers? You guys used.
So the amp risers we use are actually
The fuse holders.
They're the fuse holders. So these are 8 gauge to 4 gauge step downs that come in all the fuse holders. We just save them because I am frugal and they make really cool shiny amp risers.
Holder.
Using them for years, but yeah. So that's what these are.
From
So
Hawaii.
we do a lot of fuse holders. Anyways, that's what they are.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
These are all screwdrivers from high level to low level adapters. Yeah, that's why we have lots of those.
Okay, can you install an amp upside down?
So here's the deal. If you mount an amp upside down, heat rises. The heat sink is designed for an amplifier that is either mounted flat or mounted like this. If you mount it upside down, what happens is you're not going to utilize the heat sink of the amplifier. So the heat is going to rise up and away from the heat sink as opposed to the other way. So if you want to mount an amp, you want to mount it so that it is the right side up. So a lot of times, if you ever have seen us mount an amplifier underneath the rear deck, we will make a panel that allows the amplifier to be mounted the proper way, and then the mount itself attaches into, we don't actually attach the amplifier to the rear deck. So what you would want to do is make some form of an S bracket that mounts the amplifier the right direction so that the heatsink can be properly utilized.
Yeah. Like some of those that we have in here.
No, you'd have to bend some plastic. Dean, what does it say? What did it say about the Dean?
No, I had to ask a question.
What is the question?
Right there and all the way to the bottom.
Jeff going.
No.
Oh, okay.
Will the
Amp Pro work on non-amplified
Jeep.
Jeeps 2018? Yes, it will. Yes, it will plug right in and you'll have good. Dean, is your router versus finger your worst injury you've had? Ooh. I gotta think about that for a minute. So mentally, yes, because it still haunts me.
Mentally, really?
Oh yeah, dude, it was traumatic as dude.
So you woke up at night and it's like,
my finger.
No.
Not that bad.
Okay.
But you know, sometimes it's just like, you know, when you think about it.
Especially when you router, because you're like.
I mean, you know, like most good things, like when you do something traumatic, you try to forget about them.
I do it when I definitely when I catch something.
Yeah.
All these faces that I make is for that like.
Well, then I'm watching you going. You know, there's a push tool right there next to it.
I know.
You're sitting over there going. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'd probably have to be yes. Trying to think where else, because I mean it'd have to be yes. I mean every time I fall, I don't have blood gushing. I mean I have blood gushing, but not like that.
Not
it's just
crazy?
usually just like a fillet, you know, like. But yeah, that has to
Broken
be the
legs,
worst.
broken
Never
arms.
broke anything. Knock on wood. 'Cause I'm running, so I don't want to fall and break something. I mean I broke my toes. You know,
Oh, I remember
broke
that.
those a couple times. These shoes are not conducive
subwoofer?
for not breaking. Yeah, it actually kicked a subwoofer. Yeah, that hurt. Have you thought of selling subwoofer boxes online? No, because then we'd have to make them, and I don't want to make them. On these high-res amps, which, in your opinion, has the better amp? Pioneer, Kenwood, Sony, or another brand?
The high res.
I think the only company that I can think of, it would have to be Sony or Kenwood. Okay, because I know Kenwood, when Kenwood went to high res, they made a point of explaining what they did differently in the amplifier. Now keep in mind, it's not like you can just put a stamp on it and call it high res. You actually have to go through a board that will pass the amplifier.
Have to be certified.
It has. There's people that actually do this. Kenwood to me seemed like they put the most effort. I'm not familiar with Sony, but I would assume Sony did the same thing as well because they're Sony and they just do stuff like that, and that's Sony. And I feel like they probably have a vested interest in high res because
they have the GS9.
The GS9.
It says right there.
So
you know,
I would feel
right here.
Yeah, I feel it either have to be Sony or Kenwood would be the two. Now, keep in mind, one of the main things is just the audio playback. So the 96 kilohertz, which is double that of a CD, which is 44, okay, is really, it would be 88, but they rounded up to 96. And it might only be, anyways, it's the double the playback and frequency response that they're looking for. So to be able to play frequencies higher, some amplifiers already do that. They just don't tell you because it was never important. So, you know, be safe, use protection. 06 Dodge Durango, I'm installing Focal Performance. The vehicle is a 3.5-inch dash speaker. Do you eliminate them, or what would you suggest? I mean, typically I put a tweeter up there.
Yeah. What the Kenwoods?
I mean, well, he's putting focals.
Okay.
So I would do a component,
yeah.
and I would do a tweeter in the dash, mid-range in the door.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it any other way. Okay, I take that back. If I wanted it like the Ford F-150 we were just looking at before we went live, he had the 4x6 or 5x7 coaxials and a tweeter right above it because he likes a lot of treble. You can do that on in any car. It's just how much treble do you want? If you like a lot of tweeter in the dash, tweeter in the door. Another nice speaker to add to that is one of the 2.5-inch or 3-inch mid-range. Like you said, the Illusion is a really nice one. Would play well, but there again, that's going to cost you more than the focals you're putting in. So I was going to say the Kenwood, the Audio Frog, the Power Bass.
Yep.
All those guys make really nice little high-frequency mid-range that can go up there. Just get ground zero pure amps. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Right, what's the difference between JVC and Kenwood? A lot more than you would think. The software run on the two is totally different. They merged because they are a bigger buying group. So it was a merger of buying potential, not so much to share technology, but like anything else, as soon as you merge, you're going to share some technology. The two divisions, from what I'm told, do this a lot because they don't play. They want to play nice, but the nice thing about it is the two merge to get better deals on things, so the price can be where it's at, be competitive with the super giant that is Pioneer, that is just like walking around with his pants around its ankle, you know. 40 hertz and up equals high res. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It's 40,000 hertz and up, not 40 hertz. It's not the low end; it's the high end. So 40,000 hertz. So 40K is what you're trying to type there.
Well,
would it be worth it to replace the caps and
the clips? Yeah.
If you're Jeff Smith, yes, you would, because that's what he does. So why not? Every car studio benefit from a DSP. If that's a question, the answer is yes. If it's not a question, the answer is still yes.
Yep.
Do you like JBL? I have nothing against JBL.
No, we actually
some of the first speakers I've ever played with in my life were JBL. They used to make the TO6 tweeter, which was like the ooh. No, I like JBL. I think JBL is something really cool. We were just talking about that high frequency mid range. They do something with the JBL and Infinity, because remember it's the same company, it's all Harman. Is that if you buy a 6.5-inch component set and you want to make it a three-way, you just buy the mid-range and it comes with the crossover to make any one of those sets a three-way set. I think that's a really cool way to do it, and I wish more manufacturers would step up and do that.
Yeah.
That way all I have to do is stock the mid-range, and I can do a 5 1/4 three-way set, I can do a 6.5-inch three-way set, and I can do a 6x9 three-way set. And all I have to add is that one little piece. I think that's brilliant.
All right, Bob said, can I use the kicker key amp in a 2011 Dodge Ram Alba Premium Sound System? I bought one after watching your video. But with the 500 watt sub, is there a better amp?
Yeah, I'm gonna go no. I wouldn't use it for that. It's really not made for that, because you already have. No, I wouldn't use it for that. I mean, okay.
I mean,
If
you can use.
Okay, so if this is a scenario, so let's say either A, kept the radio, or B, you went with an Amp Pro, okay, that eliminated the factory amp. Okay, so now the factory amp is gone.
Yeah.
All right, I want to get back that sound that I had with the factory amplifier. Then yes, you could use the kicker key, because the kicker key will add in time alignment, equalization, and bring back that sound.
Right.
It'll also allow you to take the sub sound out of the door and just play mid bass and let the woofer do its job.
Correct.
From that perspective,
Yes.
it will get you back to where you were. Is it going to sound better? Maybe. It wasn't really made to do that, though. It was made to take a non-premium sound system and make it sound like a premium sound system.
Correct. Yeah.
So, I don't know if I'd use it for that. I mean, you can in the scenario I just said, but yeah.
Get the Q class.
Definitely. The Q Class 4 channel, a lot more work, but definitely sound better. Yeah. Or the Q Class 1005. I don't know if you said you had the amplifier for the sub, but if you didn't, the Q Class 1005 in that scenario would work as well too with the Amp Pro or some form of interface to go along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Keeper of the time apparently
Keep
dipped
it in
out.
the time.
So we got to call it time. That puts us at an hour. We're past. DnF Tool Drawer is a place where you can find all the cool tools that we use to do installs right here, DnF. And you can head over to teespring.com/store/5star to get cool shirts. This one will be up tomorrow. If you want to get it, there'll be 2 new DnF
DnF
shirts. I think I might put both. I think I might put the black and white and then the white and black, so that you can decide. We can let you guys decide which one you like. SQology on Facebook is a place you can go to find if there's going to be a competition in your area, or tune in on Monday. We'll have more information about that.
Correct.
Patreon. Sorry guys, we know we've been slacking big time on Patreon podcast. Don't worry, we're going to get back to it now that summer is over and we're back to the boring life that we lead. Speaking of boring, the boring life of Dean and Haley. Hopefully we'll be back up and running here shortly. I have videos in the wings just waiting to be edited, so we have plenty of content there. It's just a matter of finding time. So time is what it is, and we want you guys to enjoy your time. So have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't be stupid. Remember, Lyft, Uber, they're both cheap. They might steal your credit cards, but you won't get a ticket, and you'll arrive home alive, hopefully.
Don't do that.
Hey, they've always worked for me. All right, guys, you have a wonderful weekend. We will see you back here on Monday on Facebook for the Facebook Car Audio Talk with Dean and Fernando.
Bye.
You guys have a wonderful weekend. End the show.